Hello and welcome to Confessions of a Preacher's Son. I'm Son of a Preacher, and today I want to show you a brand new, well, it's not brand new, it's brand new to me, a workflow that I'm testing out because I've not been enjoying my music at all. It's just been a right faff. Um, it just wasn't, it didn't get me into flow at all. It was just really clunky, a bit too much like arranging, and that was giving me some resistance, wasn't making things easy for me. So let's dive in to what this is, also known as live loops in Logic. So let's have a look. So this is how I used to do everything. Everything is in, well, it's just a mess. Look at that. I mean, it's not an arrangement, but it's just loads of ideas across the timeline. It it makes me think of an arrangement. You create a variation, you got to duplicate it. Just not very nice. So it was just, yeah. I mean, it's just nonsense. So listen to this. Anyway, so as you were kind of creating a new idea, sometimes you want to hear the different combinations of the elements together, and the only way in this view to do it is to do it in the arrangement like this. You spread them out, and it just means that you've got a lot of deleting to do later on, and let alone look at this. To do region automation, you've got to go deep in here and go fiddly and go up and down, up and down, up and down. It just wasn't. It's not enjoyable, and it's just you just basically end up with a timeline full of different ideas, which you've got to make a decision on later. Which is fine, but I'm more of a flow kind of feel the emotion type of producer. So what I've been testing out is live loops, which is here. So here, all these elements, whether it be kick, drum, toms, tops, vocals, anything, all of it is in one cell on the left-hand side. And here you can trigger what you want to play at different times. So it's like a bit of like a live jam, and it's just a lot more fun because you're not arranging, you're just testing out combinations. Now, to be fair, I have used this kind of idea, live loops view in Maschine. So if we go into ideas view, same kind of thing in Maschine. There's the scene, that's the same as that down there, and then you get the different patterns. So I am used to that, but I don't like creating stuff fully in Maschine. In fact, these days I don't do it at all. Not in Maschine standalone. I do use it as a plugin. So if we get rid of that, go back into normal view, get rid of that. I do use Maschine as a plugin. So here, so I can create stuff in here. No. Oh yeah, I can record. It's not. So I do use it there, but this has been a lot of fun. I've only done it this week, but it's just because you could just press play wherever you want. So let's do. So let's do. See, that's different. That's a different combination. You can feel something coming in. Like it is an arrangement, but you're in control of what's coming next. See what I mean? So you could just choose whatever you want, going on straight away. Let's have some tops. And you've got here. It's the same MIDI, but just in its own kind of little cell. And you can still do automation. Oh, you can still do automation over the top of it, just in there. You can't do it in live, you have to do that in the arrangement view. What's going on there? There we go. So this is so much more fun because, for example, these two I think are the same. So if we just played this. So that plays the same thing twice. So in the old way, you could have duplicated to a new channel or done very fiddly region automation, or you could just leave it in here and you can change the loop length, you can change the obviously the automation of the cell. So here it is. So if we click on, so if I wanted it to, the freeze delay to stay on, we can turn that on. Let's do, oh, did I do that? Undo. For example, freeze. So it's off, and then we can turn it on here and turn it off. Now, it will only do it in the region because it is region automation. When it stays on. So we need to turn it off. So that is just one variation you could do straight off the bat. It's just nice that you've got a huge screen to do it on. The alternative is to do it in here, which, I mean, you just have to zoom in every smeg in time. And then you go to region automation. You can jam it in if you want, like using MIDI knobs that you assign, but I just prefer to, it's just, you can see it all big screen, large screen. I know there will be other ways, but this is what I've discovered so far. So that is, and then obviously that's one idea. Then for the second one, we could have the freeze off, stay off, and we could just change a different parameter. So let's do the mix. So we could go from wet completely to dry. And then the opposite. So that one's dry, that one's wet. So you can just mess about with it. And so I could, you know, of course you can do this in this view, but you are still extending it across the timeline, a timeline which is designed for arrangement. I'm not arranging, and I don't want to go back later. Whereas everything, no matter how long the loop length is, it's always in there. It's always in this box. So, and it will always loop, surprisingly. So this is what I've had a lot of fun with recently, because it does feel like it's more of a live element when you're playing. I knew for me I knew and as you mess around you go, oh yeah, I like that combination. So all you would do is right click and duplicate, and it'll create the whole scene again, but with obviously what you have. Then you can delete what you don't need and make a whole new variation section with different automation. And as I said, you can, I mean, I haven't even got as far as arranging, but I just like the ideas, the stuff, the combinations is what works for me. And, you know, I know this has been around for ages, but I have been stuck in my ways for a long time. And it's only fun when it's a good track, when you feel, you know, and that doesn't happen very often because you don't get to choose when you make a good track. But it's so much more fun once you've done it this way. And, you know, and then I've assigned my MIDI controller to where is it? To activate these scenes down the bottom. So if I click pad number 1, so that's scene number 1. Let's go to scene number 3. I knew. Scene number 2. For me. I knew. That's like a soft drop. And then we just go with the bass line. I knew. I'm picturing it as a track. So what will come next? For me. I knew. For me. I knew. Oh, not again. Right. But so in essence, it is a lot more fun. You could just jam out. I mean, I think what it'll do for me is that it will make have less elements but more interesting, because it's so much easier to kind of go, oh, I'm just going to mess around with these effects on this guitar, and then just then store it in live loops. So for example, we've got this guitar here. So now let's mess around with this. We could do. Let's do. So we can still jam in the automation. So let's go. Right. This is the mix. And then we do this. So this is, I've got this assigned. There we go. So how I've done that is the logic quick assign. Has it gone? It's in here somewhere. General. There it is. Logic automation quick access. So it's like one knob on your MIDI controller, which will move whatever you've selected in terms of the automation. So then you can just jam it in, mess around with it. So this, let's mess about with this. If I change it to latch, that means it's going to read whatever I move, as you'll see on the right hand side. There we go. Right, so loads of lots of what's the word, expressive automation done on the fly. So now we can, now that if I'm happy with that, for example, get rid of that. But now I could just simply move that over here. We've saved that region, saved that automation. If we play, see a quick variation of this. Pretty flat, doesn't move at all. A lot more energetic. See how quickly that was done. So I could do the same thing again, but with a different FX or different. In essence, this is like creating on the right hand side, and then you're storing banks of ideas on the left hand side, and that's just really working well for me. So if you've used it, let me know in the comments. Obviously, yeah, if you like this video, like and subscribe to my channel. But yeah, I hope to see you again soon.